Hey Noah, thanks for talking with us today. When you take a look at this season, how would you evaluate your second year in the NFL?
Um, definitely wasn't what I was expecting it to be. Um, a lot of struggles throughout the season. I've had injuries. I mean, there's been a plethora of things, but I think I made the best of what I could, and just obviously looking to improve anywhere I can. Going back and looking at the film and stuff over these next couple of weeks, and being very detailed about that, and being very critical of myself in that aspect.
Next one, Jeff.
No, I just wanted to go back to the game just quick. Yesterday's game, there was a little spot there where I think a Raiders coach actually shouldered into you when you were running into the sideline there. What
Mhm.
was your reaction to that, and has that ever happened to you before?
That's never happened to me before. I thought that was very unprofessional. I'm not sure what coach does that. Um, I've heard a plethora of things like, oh, well, he was trying to catch you. Like, he went out of his way to shoulder me, totally turned me around, and I feel like I acted accordingly. I don't believe in that I should have, had some sort of maturity and said, oh, well, I'm going to be the bigger man. Like, as I'm coming off the field, I should never get shoulder checked by a coach, if that even a player. But, um, I was disappointed in myself for missing him, hitting him with the ball. But things happen in the game, so hopefully you can move on from that. But
I don't want to belabor it, but is that something you would ask the league to look into, or is that something you'd like to see punishment for him? Or I mean, I don't know
I
the process.
definitely, you know, I definitely wouldn't, say that. Oh, I was, felt like it was a huge deal, right? If he wants to throw a shoulder, then that's fine. But my thing is like, there was no flag thrown in retaliation. The ref saw exactly what he did, so I feel like that understanding was from both sides as far as the ref understood where I was coming from and saw the whole situation. So I mean, if the league decides to fine and things like that, I know if I would have like really shoved him or something or like done something really harmful to him, then I would have got fined. But that's up to the league to decide, and I'm not really worried about what a Raiders coach decides to do on the sideline. I'm just gonna, act accordingly throughout the game. And I'm out there competing. I'm not worried about like feelings on the football field. So
Thank you.
Next one, Troy.
Noah, thanks for joining us. I asked this of Dalton and then, the Garrett. How much can continuity at coordinator, even quarterback, help you guys because you were so young offensively? Is that where kind of the hope resides that you guys can take this big jump forward next season offensively?
yeah, I mean, I would say this. I'm a big person in continuity. I think continuity is important. I think having a system, staying under a system, you have a better understanding of what we're trying to do and things like that. But also at the same time, I try not to make excuses for the season as far as having a new coordinator, having a new offense, all these things. Because I mean, by the time we got to the first, you can even say the third game, right? We have a pretty good understanding of what we need to do, what we're trying to do, and things like that. So I do think continuity helps, but at the same time, if we're changing stuff, we got to adapt faster, sooner, and get these things down, in a timely fashion. So if that answers your question, I'm trying my best there. So.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, Noah, one thing you pointed out statistically, you had 22 more catches, but your yards per catch was down from 14-1 to 10-9. Is that the next level for this offense with you and Pat, is to get you downfield more, and how doable is that?
Yeah, I would think, that's definitely one of my things, like looking back on the season. I would definitely like to get involved more going downfield concepts and, getting those opportunities to make explosive plays, either be on the seam, in the middle of the field, on the sidelines, whatever it is, whatever it be. So I think we sprinkled in those a little bit more in the later half of the season. But, hopefully can continue getting that going. And, I definitely think I have the ability to do those things. So.
Thanks.
Next one, Ryan.
You know, what is it as you sit here today that gives you hope that a year from now you'll be preparing for a playoff game?
I think what gives me hope is we've definitely shown flashes as an offense. We've shown flashes of moving the ball down the field. We've shown flashes of, finishing 2-minute drives. We've shown flashes throughout the season of what we can do. I think that's the biggest thing that gives hope for me is that we've shown flashes, but we got to figure out the biggest part of doing that consistently and doing that on a normal basis. And so there's definitely hope there, but definitely, a realization that we have a lot of work to do still and, have to improve that consistency for sure.
Right, time for a few more. Next one, Michael.
Hey, no, I know you're not one to make excuses, but how much did being banged up throughout the course of this season kind of compound the frustration for you personally?
Yeah, I mean, it sucked. I mean, my ankle definitely wasn't at 100%, and I knew that going into it. Talking to the training staff, everybody, I was just going to grind through it, and that's why I had my ankles constantly spatted up, trying to keep that thing as healthy as possible. And it was definitely frustrating, but I just kind of had to get through it. And I was still able to make it work. Definitely wasn't able, to cut and move, as well as I wanted to, but I was definitely able to be out there and able to make it work. So that was the biggest thing for me.
Final two, we got it, Brandon and Dave Denison.
So, no, even though you're banged up, you still improved your catches by 22, 100 more yards, same amount of touchdowns. First Broncos tight end to have 100 catches in 2 years. Where did you improve, and does it feel like improvement despite all those nagging injuries?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. I think there was definitely improvement this year. I think there was, I definitely had a couple missed games also. We played a game without a quarterback also. So there was a lot of different, scenarios that I had to deal with this year. But I think there's definitely improvement. Definitely a lot more room for improvement. But I mean, that's the game though, right? I mean, year two, chasing greatness and trying to get, amongst the top in the league, amongst the top to do it at the position. So, I'm not saying I have a lot of time, but I'm, still learning and still getting through this. And, I'm definitely hungry for greatness right now though. So, which is a good thing to have. So.
Final one, Andrew.
Hey, Noah, Drew was saying earlier that he and teammates have started talking about getting together in the off season. What do you think that kind of extra off season work would look like, especially in the pandemic, and how do you think that's going to help?
That's a good question. I'm not sure how that's going to look specifically because I'm not sure what the NFL and the PA's rules are going to be in the off season. And I know during the season, they weren't allowing teams to do that kind of stuff and get together aside from things and things like that. So hopefully it's a very good possibility. If we can do that, obviously that's going to help getting those reps, getting those throws, all that stuff, all the timing and the things that go into it. So I definitely think that would be very helpful. But, we'll see where this pandemic goes. We'll see how the NFL handles it. We'll see all the rules that we have to abide by. So definitely hoping for the best, though.